Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This is the show where you guys send in your messiest, toxic, most out-of-pocket predicaments, and I attempt to break them down, giving my honest and unbiased feedback. Now, listen, I'm a comedian, not a therapist, so ain't no guarantee I'll be able to help fix your life, but I can provide laughter along the way and call it like I see it. So without any further ado, let's get into the episode. I kind of kicked my aunt out of my house on Thanksgiving, and everybody in the family's mad at me. Mike, let me be real with you. I already know people are going to call me every name in the book for this, but it's whatever. My aunt been my aunt all my life. What's her Instagram? Nah. It's for market research purposes and whatnot. That's the person I grew up with. That's the person I know, and that's who she is to me. Recently, she told the whole family she's now identifying as a man. Mayday, disregard the Instagram. Stay alert, stay alive. Changed her name, changed everything. Nah, the post-op auntie is egregious. Everybody else jumped on board instantly, but I'm not gonna pretend I'm something I'm not. Well, it seems like your aunt is the one pretending to be something she's not. I don't agree with all that. I never have, and I'm not gonna act like I suddenly do just because it's the trend in the family. Trend in the family? Hold up. How many relatives you got that didn't switch teams like Kevin Durant? So at Thanksgiving, she walks in expecting me to call her by her new name and pretend she's a man. Like this video if you think she's delusional as shit. I didn't. I called her the same name I always known, and she got mad immediately. It's not ma'am, it's sir! Saying I was being disrespectful, but I told her straight up, look, you're still a woman to me, and I'm not changing that. If you don't like how I talk in my house, you can leave. So she grabbed her stuff and walked out. When you say grabbed her stuff, what you mean? And now the whole family is blowing up my phone telling me I was out of line. I hurt her. I should have shown support. But Mike, I'm standing on what I believe. I'm not going to pretend otherwise just to make people comfortable. Am I really wrong for refusing to play along with something I don't believe in, even in my own home? Nah, that's crazy. Your aunt pulled up to Thanksgiving dinner with the dildo strapped to the inside of her thigh, cosplaying as a guy and expected you to play along. Nah, that's super nasty work. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what anybody does to live their life. I don't have to support it, and I don't have to act like that's what it is. You was born a woman, that's what I'm gonna call you. And if you don't like it, just like you don't like me calling you a woman, you can dip. Because guess what? This is my house. I don't have to play by your rules. So no, you're not wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? Because based on what you're telling me, you still love her the same. That's still auntie to you. You still care about her. You're not bashing her. You're not criticizing her. You just not feeding in to the delusion. And I'm with you. I stand on that. I don't support that either. I mean, I don't think a person that's doing that should be harmed in any way, negative. And we don't condone that, you know what I'm saying, type of behavior over here at Mike Murphy TV. But what I'm also not going to do is play into that. I clearly see a woman, and now you want me to call you Rick or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what you now feel like after all these years. Bugging out. Not happening, Chief. So nah, I'm with you 100%. If you don't like it, then you can leave. Because guess what? If you was over her house and she was like, either call me Bill, Rick, Tom, whatever, or you can leave, guess what? You would have to either comply or leave. You just gave her the same option. My house, my rules. You don't have to like it, neither do I. And so she dipped. She gonna be all right, you know what I'm saying? But see, this is the thing, right? If she was really a man like she says she is, she wouldn't even have let that bother her because men don't care about stuff like that. Her doing that was showing emotions of a woman. Couldn't handle the critique and stormed out using emotions. A dude would have been like, yo, you more of a woman than me. We'd have fired back. A real man would have just roasted you back. It'd have been all fun and games. We'd have cracked on with the night like nothing ever happened. I'm not letting a little misunderstanding with my preferred name interfere with the baked mac and cheese, with the honey glazed ham, with the turkey. You know what I'm saying? The stuffing, the sweet potatoes. I'm not letting nobody be like, yo, I could have came in the way I am right now and I could be like, oh, this is Michelle. I'd have been like, yeah, where the food at? Yo, make me a plate, ma. Where's the grub at? My stomach is rumbling. I don't care what you call me. I'll deal with that later. I'm not letting that get in the way of a meal. But a woman who operates off of emotion primarily is going to let that bother her, and so she left. So therefore, you call her a woman because she acts like one and she is one. Nah, I stand with you 100%, my man. I ain't for all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to even be doing a politically correct. I don't do that. I'm not with all that. Again, they can live their life and do whatever they want. I don't have to be a part of that. And it sounds like you don't want to be a part of that either. So welcome to the team. You know what I'm saying? Let her go do whatever she's going to do. Cool. She'll be mad at you. That's fine. That's her choice. The family, how the family mad at you because you don't want to play around with this? But I understand it because a lot of people, most people, and I'm gonna wrap on a advice with this. Most people have a herd mentality. Most people are not leaders. They're not individuals. They're followers. They don't know how to think for themselves. They done a study. I seen it on YouTube. They put 4 people in a room. 3 of them is in on a prank. Not a prank, but they're in on the study. The 4th dude, he don't know nothing what's going on. They're showing all 4 dudes 4 lines. And they say which 2 are the same size or what's the shortest one. First, like 2 rounds, they all pick the right one. After that, the 3 guys, they start picking the wrong one on purpose. And they looking at the dude who's getting it right like he's crazy. They're like, bro, it's B. He's like, no, it ain't, it's C. After like 2 rounds of that, he just starts going with whatever they're going with just because he don't want to upset the group. That's a herd mentality. Instead of him being like, y'all crazy, I see is C, you're bugging out, I'm not changing my answer. He just goes, you know what? Maybe it is B. Maybe it is, maybe Cheryl is Sean now. That's what people do. So your family being mad at you, they're just doing that because they don't have the courage or the intestinal fortitude to stand up for what they believe in. So they just go with the flow. Don't be the people to go with the flow. You be the flow. Feel me? Stay alert, stay alive. My girl's a freak, but I think she might be just a little too freaky. So Mike, check it out. Me and my girl always been into some freaky things. What's her Instagram? No, it's for market research purposes and whatnot, but I can't lie, there might be some hands-on training involved as well. Toys, swings, role-playing, videos, stuff like that. But recently she asked me how I felt about bringing another girl into the bedroom. I would have felt like $1,000,000. Now don't get me wrong, I like a threesome like the next man, but that's not what she wants. She wants me to have sex with another woman while she just watches and talks to other girls through it. Definitely run me to Instagram, fam. I don't know about that. I don't think that will end well at all. Either she'll get jealous and throw that in my face later down the line, or she'll try to use that as a way to do the same with another man, and I'm not letting her sleep with any man but me. Hey, yo, passing around the poons like a collection plate is preposterous behavior. Honestly, I don't even want another woman but mine. Like this video if you think he's full of shit. And I told her that. She keeps saying how much it would turn her on, but I'm thinking it's a setup, bro. What you think? Yeah, what I think you need to do is take that 3rd wheel on a round trip to Pound Town with a layover in Throatville, USA. I'd have wifey right in the corner just watching like, yeah, do it like that. He likes that. I'd be like, yeah, talk her through it. Yeah, hold her leg up for me. I'd have been going crazy. You know how much that would have turned me on? Having wifey in the corner just whispering sweet nothings while I beat cheeks on another joint. And and I don't care what you think about, oh, it's a setup, da-da-da. That's her fault. Y'all not married. If you do this and then later up, she's like, well, I'll let you, well, get out of my house now. It's over. You want to play stupid games, win a stupid prize. But if she's saying, yeah, that'll turn me on, guess what? It'd be an honor. It'd be an honor, baby. Bring her in. Now, as long as she don't look like Young M.A. or Manny Fresh or something like that, cool. If she bring a super fire joint in, oh yeah, I'm going to Pound Town, you know what I'm saying? Layover right in Throatville. I'm doing it all. I'm like, yo, babe, bring the camera out. Let's get this on 4K. So maybe one day you're at the doctor's office or something, I get a little morning wood, I pull out the VHS, back out the footage, and start wham, 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 you know what I'm saying? Taking my man down, you know what I mean? That's how I'm gonna do it. I need to keep that for reference for, you know, to relive it a little bit later on. Talking about some, I don't want nobody but my girl. Shut up, sissy. Talking about wifey coming. You in all type of freaky stuff. I'm about some, I like it with her, but I don't know about anybody else. Like, I just want her. You sound like, you know what? Let's keep it YouTube friendly. You know what it is. You know exactly what you sound like. Your wifey wants it, give it to her. It's your duty to please the booty. I heard that on a movie somewhere. Can't remember which one. And if she, like, again, if she brings up the, oh, I want to do that with a man now while you watch, then you watch her pack her bags and show her where the door is. Or if she bring it up later, like, oh yeah, you don't hit me like you hit Keisha when we brought her in for the, you know what I mean? But like, hey, you ain't Keisha. I'm saying stuff like that. I'm making you regret making me do that if you couldn't handle it. But something tells me wifey's well enough equipped to watch you beat another shorty's cheeks and be okay with it. I think she gets off on that. You know how there's some dudes that like to be dominated? Like, yeah, take your heels and step on my testicles. Stuff like that, I ain't in it. You know, the skin color of them people is usually You know what I'm saying? Couple shades lighter than me. That ain't really my thing. But just how men like that kind of stuff, sometimes women like that too. You seen Diddy. Diddy was on in the corner with the Pooh Shiesty on, watching Cassie get the cheeks clamored by the Punisher. Pause. This is just the role reversal. Now your shorty want to sit in the corner with the hijab on, watching you crack another joint. Just do it, bro. Just do it like Nike. That's my advice to you. Enjoy it, love it. You know what I'm saying? Now, before you go into that though, get the ground rules from wifey. Say, okay, what do you want to see? What do you not want to see? How do you want this to go? I need, you know what I'm saying? I need a lay of the land of what we trying to do. And she's like, yo, you better hit her the way you hit me. Pull out, you know what I'm saying? Glaze the face, whatever. Whatever instructions she give you, you take that and say, cool. You sure? Yes, babe. I bet. Get the permission slip signed so you could reuse it later on. You can bring it back. Oh yeah, remember this? Nah, you said I don't want to hear it. Shut her down right with that. But I'm definitely doing it. That's my advice to you. I'm doing it and I'm having an amazing time. Stay alert, stay alive. I turned my nephew into the cops. Was it betrayal or in his best interest? Mike, I'm in a situation where I don't know if I did the right thing or if I crossed the line that I can't ever walk back. My wife's nephew is a young knucklehead. Translation, my nephew's a YN. No dad in the picture, running the streets, breaking into houses, doing everything he shouldn't be doing at his age. And the worst part, his mama just shrugs it off like boys will be boys. No discipline, no guidance, nothing. Spirit of rod, spoiled a child. Austin 3:16. I tried talking to him, tried talking to her, tried talking to anybody who would listen, and nobody seemed to care. You sound like a chatty patty. Everybody just keeps hoping that he'll magically grow out of it. So I made a move on my own. I called the police and told them he was who they were looking for in a crime he committed. Damn, Unc's a stone cold rat. Okay, Master Splinter. My thinking was, maybe getting caught early would scare him straight before he ends up dead or in real prison for real crimes. I didn't do it to hurt him. Like this video if you think he's full of shit. I did it because I actually care and nobody else seemed to. But now I'm sitting here wondering if I just helped him or betrayed him. I think you know the answer to that question. Knock it off. And if this blows back on me or my wife, I don't know how that'll go. Did I do the right thing or did I just make a mistake that I can't fix? Damn, Unc snitching on nephew gonna get you excommunicado from the family like they did John Wick from the Intercontinental. That's super nasty work. He said, nobody listening? I bet. 911, I like to report a crime. Homie cousin in the crate right now with some of the belongings from the breaking and entering that he just did last week. Yeah, he right here right now. Blue hoodie, blue jeans, white Air Force Ones. Yep, eyes on him right now. I'll be standing by waiting. Super insane. As soon as your family found out that you did that, they're turning on you. I'm gonna tell you right now why. Because for one, you married into the family. And you told everybody in the family and none of them seemed to care. Maybe they support that kind of behavior, or maybe they just don't care enough, or maybe they just minding their business. I don't know. But the fact that none of them cared enough to worry about his well-being, and you did, and you told, as soon as everything done in the dark comes to the light, they're gonna turn on you quick. Wifey not gonna be down with you no more. Now I ain't saying she gonna divorce you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that's gonna go, but you definitely gonna be in the doghouse. Now, all jokes aside, do I think you did the right thing? Possibly. Because here's the deal, right? Sometimes being locked up is the best thing that can happen to a person because that protects them from their own selves. When they're just out in the world free, so they're left up to their own devices, that's when they continually make the stupid decisions, the stupid mistakes that they've been doing. Your nephew has a historical pattern of not making good choices because there's no one that's his structure. He don't have a father in the house. Mom don't care. You trying, but you really just step on them. He don't really listen to you. You know what I'm saying? So there's no disciplinary in the house, no authoritarian. So he's free to just roam about and just make these bad decisions every day with no repercussions. Once you put him in a facility where he can't do that, maybe that'll clear his mind. Maybe that'll get him together. It ain't like you turn him in for like the 187 or something where you about to sit it down forever. You know what I'm saying? Little breaking and entering, little home invasion or something. Little petty larceny or whatever. Might do 8 or 9 joints. You know what I'm saying? 8 or 9 months and then come home. Maybe that's what he needs. Maybe it's not going to change him. Maybe this is just maybe your nephew is just a YN in his DNA. It's just indoctrinated in his brain to just be a loser. You know what I'm saying? And nothing you or the system could do to change that. That's why you see people that's doing life in jail because they just can't get right. No matter how many times you give them a second, third, fourth chance, out in the world, they can't function because their brain do not have the capacity to make good decisions. So I would take that to the grave. I wouldn't tell anybody else that you did that. Just act like you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Support your wife, support the family when they go to court. You know what I'm saying? Keep encouraging him. But don't ever tell anybody, yeah, you know I was the one that called the 5-0 on little homie cuz, right? Yeah, I had to step in. Something had to be done. Nah, because guess what? If he got uncles or other relatives that's living that same kind of life and they hear what you did, they might call homie down from the set, pull up on you and then put hands and feet on your head. Then you're going to be lumped up like Martin when he fought Tommy Hearns in that one episode. You know what I'm saying? You're like you got measles or something. Swolled up all on the, you know what I'm saying, on the cranium. So don't tell anybody you did that. Just support your nephew, your wife, whatever he's going through. You know what I'm saying? And again, keep trying to encourage him. Keep trying to help him make better decisions. But that's one way to look at it. Now, me, I got nephews to be doing knucklehead stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, this might not sound right. You might not agree with it. When they do stuff, I'm not telling on them because it's just not in me to go tell and then put my nephew in that situation, even though that might be what helps them. As them being young men, they need to learn from their mistakes, and I can't be a part of that. I got to let God do what he's going to do. That might seem contradictory to the advice I just gave you, but that's what I'm telling you to do. You might be different than me, you know what I'm saying? Because clearly you already called them. I wouldn't. But since you did that, I'm telling you how to moving forward. Now, I wouldn't have gave you that advice had you not did it. If you'd have called, if you'd have wrote me and been like, yo, I'm about to do this, I'd have been like, nah, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to figure it out. The same way me growing up as a knucklehead kid, when I was in my teens, had to learn the hard way, that was what made me change to be the person I am today. My uncles was trying to do the same thing. They kept trying to catch me, you know what I'm saying, busting moves on a block. I was dodging them. I was way too smart for them. They was trying everything. None of that was going to stop me. I had to find out on my own and learn the hard way. Tough love. When I got locked up, none of my family showed up for me. They let me sit until my time to go to court. They didn't get me out. None of that. I was like, you know what? Ain't no joints in the lockup. I can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? I was a juvenile. I was like, ain't no joints up there. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? There was a couple of joints up there, but you don't got access to them, is what I mean. You can't bake no buns in a lockup. So I said, nah, this ain't for me. I need to be a free man in the world. So yeah, you already did it, so it is what it is. But had you not do it, I wouldn't advise that. I would say, nah, let them do what they're going to do. It might turn out bad, to be honest. But you locking him up might turn out bad too, because once you in that system, you don't never know how it's going to affect that young man moving forward. Maybe he doesn't get caught ever, and then maybe he makes the changes he needs and goes on to live a successful life. No rap sheet, no record, none of that. But you changed that, so you got to live with that now. Stay alert, stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. I hope you guys enjoyed me as much as I enjoyed you. And if so, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Matter of fact, leave me a comment letting me know what advice you would have gave them. And who knows, maybe you got your own toxic tale to tell about a shady friend or an entanglement you need help untangling. If so, feel free to drop me a letter at the email provided below, and I'll make sure to read it in the future segment of Advice with Mike. Now, with that being said, our time together has come to an end. But just remember, stay alert, stay alive.